Blood clotting. Clotting of blood is done when we get the injury, and this process of clotting of blood is called as cascade process. So when injury is caused at that time from the injured tissues, protein is released that is called as thromboplastin. This thromboplastin, it is meant for inactivation of heparin. Heparin is the protein which is present in the blood to prevent clotting when the blood is inside or when the blood is flowing inside a body in the veins and arteries. So here we say that heparin is the anticoagulant protein present in the blood of the body of the organism. So when injured tissues are there, then the blood flow occurs. In blood platelets are there. These blood platelets, on getting injury, they disintegrate and they release the protein that is prothromboplastin, and this prothromboplastin is inactive. So when it is released, then it gets converted to active thromboplastin, and this thromboplastin reduces or inactivates the heparin. Then it means that now the clotting can occur. After that, this heparin, in the presence of calcium ion, combines with the prothrombin or acts on prothrombin. Prothrombin is also present in the blood. It is a soluble protein. So in the presence of calcium ion, heparin acts on prothrombin and convert this prothrombin to thrombin. So here we say that prothrombin is inactive and in the presence of calcium ions, and when heparin gets inactivated, this prothrombin gets converted to thrombin, and that is active. Now this thrombin protein, again in the presence of calcium ion present in the blood, acts on fibrinogen. Fibrinogen is the soluble protein which is present in the blood in the soluble form. So this thrombin, it acts on fibrinogen and convert this fibrinogen from soluble form to the insoluble fibrin along with the clot. As a result, the wound gets clot or the blood gets clot and no more flow of blood occurs. So this is the clotting process. We call it as the blood clotting. So once again we'll go for it, that injured tissues gets injured, then the flow of blood occurs. Then this flow of blood, it acts on the blood platelet, because blood platelet gets also disintegrated and releases prothromboplastin. Prothromboplastin is inactivated, and when this prothromboplastin is released, it becomes active when it combines with the injured tissues. Okay, the tissue fluid makes the prothromboplastin active. Now this prothromboplastin, it inactivates the heparin. It inactivates the heparin, and this heparin, it acts on prothrombin, the soluble protein, in the presence of calcium ions and convert prothrombin, which is inactive, into active thrombin. And this thrombin, again in the presence of calcium ions, acts on fibrinogen, which is also present in the blood, and convert this fibrinogen to fibrin, which is active. And this fibrin combines with the blood cells, and then results in the formation of a clot which is insoluble, and thus the wound gets clot and the flow of blood is stopped. One more thing is that the hemophilia disease. Hemophilia is a disease in which we call it as a genetic disease because it is transferred from parent to the next generation. So it is a genetic disease, and it is caused due to the deficiency of prothrombin, fibrinogen and vitamin K. When prothrombin is not there, then it will not be converted into thrombin, and then inactivation of heparin won't be there. Then if fibrinogen will be not be there, then clotting will also not be there, and vitamin K is essential for all this clotting process. So in this, what will happen condition, the blood does not clot. So the person, those who are suffering from hemophilia, in their body the blood does not clot, and in a simple minor injury, loss of blood is there, maximum loss of blood is there.